Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to this session which is going to be very important for all of you who are thinking of preparing for NPS Grade A or Grade B. So as you know, that NPS Trust, that is National Pension System Trust, has released the advertisement for the direct recruitment for the post of Grade A and Grade B. So if you want to become the manager or assistant manager in a very reputed organization, you can appear for the NPS Grade A and Grade B examination and you can become the manager or the assistant manager in the NPS Trust, okay, which is a very reputed organization. So all of you who are preparing for the government examination, this is a very big opportunity. This is a very good opportunity where you can become the manager or assistant manager in the organization. So NPS Trust has released the advertisement, has released the complete notification recently, and we will discuss that what are the big changes that has happened in the recent notification that has been released for the current cycle. So what are the big changes that are there in the notification as compared to the previous notification for the previous cycle? So what are the changes? Okay, so we will be focusing on 5 big changes that have been done in the current notification for the current cycle as compared to the previous notification. We will discuss the 5 big changes. So first of all, we will discuss about the timeline and the change in the timeline. We will discuss about the changes that has happened in the components of phase 1. We will discuss about the change in duration and marks in phase 1, and we will discuss about the changes in phase 2 and the changes in syllabus of the phase 2 also. So all these we will be discussing in today's session, and they are the big changes that has happened in the notification of the NPS Trust as compared to the previous notification. So first of all, in the older notification, there used to be different timeline that was given for phase 1. So there was different date for phase 1, for phase 2, for phase 3, there were different dates. But as per the recent notification that is released for the recent or the current cycle, so the phase 1 and phase 2 will be on the same date. So it has been informed that the phase 1 and phase 2 examination will be conducted on the same date. So this is very important for you to keep in mind that both the phase 1 and phase 2, these both examination will happen on the same date, and the date has been provided. For now it is 25 February 2025. Okay, so phase 1 and phase 2, both for both phases you have to prepare and they will happen on the same date. Okay. Now the second change is regarding the components of phase 1. So before, as per the earlier notification of the earlier examination cycle, there used to be 5 components in the phase 1: English language, reasoning, general awareness, plus the financial sector awareness, computer awareness and quant. So these used to be the 5 components in the phase 1 examination. Now there is a slight change that has happened. Now the computer awareness has been removed from the phase 1. So in phase 1 now, in the phase 1, the computer awareness has been removed as per the updated notification for the current cycle. Instead of computer awareness, there is the introduction of this component consisting of commerce and accountancy, management, finance, data analytics, statistics, companies act, Indian Trust Act, economics and pension sector. Now your knowledge about these subjects, your knowledge about this component will not go to waste, because this same subject, this same component will come in your phase 2 also and carries 100 marks in your phase 2. So you can understand that now computer awareness has been removed from the phase 1, and rather than that there is a new component that consists of all these subjects. Now these subject knowledge will not go to waste, because you can utilize your knowledge in the phase 2, because in phase 2 also these subjects will be there. Okay. So a new component has been introduced, and this new component you anyway have to read, you anyway have to study for the phase 2. So this is actually going to help you. Okay, so computer awareness has been removed, and instead of computer awareness, now there is a new component here. Okay, now phase 1 and phase 2 examination shall be conducted on the same day that I have told you, and this is the big change that has happened, that computer awareness has been removed and there is a new component consisting of these subjects. Now third change is change in duration and marks in phase 1. So see, before in the older notification there used to be 150 minutes that was given for the phase 1 examination, and the marks for the phase 1 were 200 marks. So there were 190 questions carrying 200 marks, and they had to be done in the duration of 150 minutes. But now, as per the new notification for the recent cycle, you will be provided with 90 minutes. So from 150 minutes, the timeline or duration has been decreased to 90 minutes. But remember that not only the time has been reduced or not only the duration has been reduced, but also the questions have been reduced. So before you had to answer 190 questions, now you only have to answer 120 questions. Okay, before these 190 questions carried 200 marks, now these 120 questions carries 120 marks. Okay, so not only the duration has been reduced from 150 to 90, the questions or the number of questions have been reduced from 190 to 120. Okay, so this is the update that has come in the current new notification. So now coming to the fourth big change that has happened, that is change in the phase 2. So there are some major changes in the phase 2. First of all, see, for the grade A post, in the phase 2 actually there were no examination that was conducted in the online manner, in the MCQs manner and such. So for grade A actually only group discussion and interview used to happen in the phase 2. So for the grade A, before, in the older notifications or in the older cycle, there used to be only the group discussion and the interview in the phase 2. Okay, while for the grade B there used to be the online examination carrying two papers, paper 1 English descriptive and the paper 2 that carried multiple choice questions on commerce, accountancy, management, finance, costing, Companies Act, economics and pension sector. So it carried 100 marks, both the paper 1 and paper 2 carried 100 marks in the phase 2. So in the phase 2 for grade B there used to be two paper 1 and paper 2 both carried 100 marks. For the English descriptive test there was 60 minutes that was given, and for the multiple choice questions for commerce, accountancy and such subjects there was 40 minutes that were given. For grade A there used to be no online examination in this manner. There used to be only group discussion and interview that used to happen for grade A in phase 2. But now the big change that has happened is that for the grade A and grade B both, there will be in the phase 2, for grade A and grade B both, there will be paper 1 and paper 2. Now in paper 1 there is the change that has happened, that now it is not only English descriptive test but it is English and general studies descriptive test. So this is the change that has happened in paper 1. Before it used to be English descriptive test, now it is English and general studies descriptive test. So your general knowledge that you are studying in the phase 1, your general awareness, like you are studying for the phase 1, you are studying the general awareness including the financial sector awareness. So you are studying the GA, you are studying the financial sector awareness and the financial sector news. So that is going to help you in the English and general studies descriptive test. Okay, so your knowledge is not going to go waste. Whatever you are studying for the phase 1, like in the GA section, will help you here. Okay, so this is the idea, that before there used to be English descriptive test, now it has become English and general studies descriptive test. Now in paper 2 also, what is the change that has happened? Before there used to be commerce and accountancy, management, finance, Companies Act, economics and pension. Now there is the addition of data analytics, statistics and Indian Trust Act. Okay, so this is the major change that has happened, that before for the grade A there used to be no online phase 2 examination as such, like the MCQs and the test used to not happen in the phase 2. Only the group discussion and the interview used to happen for the grade A. For grade B there was paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 was English descriptive and paper 2 consists of MCQs from these subjects. Okay, now for grade A and grade B both, in the phase 2 there will be paper 1 and paper 2 that will happen. Paper 1 will be English and general studies descriptive test. For paper 2 there will be MCQs from these components, and the new components are data analytics, statistics and Indian Trust Act. So these are new subject. So now what are the changes in the syllabus that has happened, okay, in the phase 2? So in the phase 2, first of all, data analytics, statistics and Indian Trust Act has been introduced. So here you can see the syllabus for data analytics and statistics. So this is the syllabus that is provided for data analytics and statistics, and Indian Trust Act that is directly mentioned, so you have to study that. As well as in the pension sector, the old syllabus was this and the new syllabus is this. So there is not very big change that has happened in the pension component only before it was written basics of investment. Now it has been written basics of investment decision making and portfolio management. So basics of investment, this has been elaborated, that basics of investment decision making and portfolio management. Okay, the other like annuity plans is same, Atal Pension Yojana, NPS same, types of retirement schemes, different types of retirement schemes in India and their features, status of pension sector. So all of this is same, only there is a minor change that has happened in the last point, that is basics of investment decision making and portfolio management. So this has been elaborated. So we have discussed the change in timeline. Now the phase 1 and phase 2 will happen on the same date. Components of phase 1 changed. Instead of your computer awareness, now the components, now instead of computer awareness, now there is a new component that has been introduced that consists of all the subjects that are in your paper 2 also, that is in phase 2 also. Okay, so change in duration and marks. Before there were 150 minutes 190 questions, now there will be 90 minutes 120 questions. Okay, changes in phase 2 has happened. In the phase 2 for grade A also, there will be the paper 1 and paper 2 that will happen in phase 2, as well as in paper 1 there is the English and General Studies descriptive test that will happen, and there is the introduction in the paper 2 of Data Analytics, Stats and Indian Trust Act. Okay, the syllabus has been given for the Data Analytics, Stats and the Indian Trust Act has been directly mentioned, as well as in pension. Slight change that has happened, that there is the elaboration of the last point in the pension syllabus. So these are some big changes that has happened in the notification of the NPS Trust Grade A and Grade B post as compared to the previous notification. Okay, now before ending this session, I want to tell you that we will continue with these relevant videos in the YouTube so that you continue getting the information about the NPS Trust Grade A and Grade B examination, as well as there is also the course that is provided by EduTap. So there is also the course that is provided by EduTap, that is NPS Grade A. Now you know that NPS Grade A and Grade B, they are going to have the same component. So phase 1 and phase 2 is absolutely same. Like for the grade A and grade B, as you can see that there is mode of selection or the criteria, that is the phase 1 and phase 2. The phase 1 and phase 2 both for grade A and grade B, phase 1 and phase 2 has been made same. All the components that are in phase 1, all the components that are in phase 2 are same for grade A and grade B. Okay, so this NPS Grade A course will be helpful in your grade A and grade B, as well as the new components that have been introduced, the new subjects that have been introduced. We will introduce that in the course itself in the coming few days. So you can understand that now the NPS Grade A and the NPS Grade B, both syllabus has been same, or in both the examination there will be same components that are there, same pattern that is there. So the same course will be beneficial for grade A students also, for the grade B students also, as well as whatever new data analytics, statistics and those portion have been introduced, that will be added in this course in just a few days. Okay, so this is the idea. I hope this is all clear. If there is any confusion, you can write down in the comment section also if you have any confusion in these big changes in the notification. So this is it. Thank you very much for joining, and if you want to get any help from the team, you can just mail us at hello@edutap.co.in. The team will surely help you, or you can call in this number. Okay, so if you want to know more about the course and if you want to know more about that what EduTap is providing, so you can get to know from here. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining.